Alright, 2 cubes enter, 1 may leave. The problem is right now that the zombie red cube only can push the player out of the scene, which is boring. The player has no defensive mechanism whatsoever, no way to avoid the red zombie cube. I put a zombie out there because, zombie attacks are the best. Alright, so what we got to do here is code the player to be able to do something if the red zombie cube comes into play. What a question might be asked now, if I tried to predict a question, would be how would you jump? And this is what's going to be solved today, is we're going to be able to jump. Now, in order to jump, we have to have the ability to go up and then go down. All right? That makes a lot of sense, right? But if we go up, what states that we come back down, other than gravity? So I'm going to show you something in Unity under the inputs. Input, we have a jump. In jump, if you look at everything else in here, like let's say vertical, for instance, gravity is set to 3. Here, gravity is set to 1,000. That's pretty good. In fact, I would say that's an understatement. We should put a little bit more gravity to the situation. But this is the key right here, space. It's been run by the space bar. So what we're going to do is go to the side scroller and we're going to put a new if statement in here. So I'm going to copy this and paste it. And I'm going to say space. And it's going to be vector 3 up. And I'm going to put a new integer in here behind your back. It's called jump speed, and I put it to 30. So I'm going to use jump speed instead of speed positive and negative. The reason being is because sometimes a person can jump a lot slower than they can run. And I might need extra power to get past gravity sometimes. So now it gives me the ability to have anti-gravity. Not really, because that's something totally different. Okay, so in here, let's see what happens. All right, if I hit the space bar, I go up and I come back down. If I let go of the space bar, I come immediately down. Now, I don't want that, and I definitely don't want it to flip off the screen like that. So let's work on the first problem, the coming back down thing. So now you're going to learn that you can code physics into your game engine. Okay, it's not just the built-in physics, but you can add more physics to it, which is really freaking cool. We'll start out simple. Physics, gravity. Okay, what do I want gravity to do? Well, I want it to be a vector, because then I could state at what direction gravity takes hold. And that means that I can actually use gravity to propel something also, because it's an XYZ thing. Okay, in this case, I want it only in Y. So I want to take this and I want to put 0, comma. And if I put 30, this is what's going to happen. 30 is going to give it gravity up. Okay, so that's not going to make sense. It doesn't really make sense to begin with, but down is always negative. So I have to put negative 30 here in order for a gravity to affect in the negative region. So to produce more gravity, it has to be negative gravity. I'm blowing Einstein and I'm blowing Newton right out the window here, because not only am I affecting one object with a more gravity situation, but now I'm doing negative gravity, which is not anti-gravity, because that's different. All right, so go File, Save. Okay, let's hit jump, and look at that. A lot better. It's more fair this way, I would think. So I can jump, I can hop. Okay, and it's based upon run, so now I can jump higher. Now this is what happens. Zombie red cube still takes me out, and now we're in a constant battle, and we flip right off the screen. So what happens here? Well, Remember the configurable joint that I put on these guys? Now that I'm getting different angles of being hit down, I have to lock out other angles. So now I'm going to have to lock out on player. I'm going to lock out its X motion. And I'm also going to lock out its Z motion. And the same with enemy. Okay, hit play. Run towards the zombie. Jump. Okay, this is better. I'm in constant battle. But can zombies jump? I don't think so. I've never seen a flying zombie or a jumping zombie. I would think they would have some trouble there. Maybe hop at best. All right, so what else do I need? Well, let's say I take and put the zombie on the floor. So go up to the top, and it's Y. I'm going to place him more on the floor, about right there, just enough so he's going to look like he's attacking a little bit better. Then I'm going to lock out his Y motion. Now he's a really angry cube. Okay, and I'm still having gravity issues. I mean, really, can the zombie really launch me up in the air? So that's what I'm saying. Well, over 1,000 might be an understatement. So now we're going to have to play around with the whole input range of things. So under project settings, I'm going to have to put that input back or put it at a 10,000 rate just for stuff that happens when we collide. There we go. Much better. And now I can start pushing him. I'm still flying up at certain aspects, but we're going to have to fix the physics there. And those might come along good with the collision. All right, so now what we're going to have to do is find out if the zombie hits me. I need an argument passed. So that's in the next video.